And then, of course, as much as we're looking at all of these key terms, don't forget to consider that it's all a part of one question. So it could be so easy, as I almost did, to be honest, to get lost down the track of talking about meaning as the key term. However, as much as you could write 2,000, 10,000, 100,000 words on that topic, it wouldn't actually be in response to the question as a whole. So if you want to go down tangents or you want to focus on something in the context of this essay question in particular, just make sure that you successfully tie it to the essay question as a whole. There's nothing worse than writing some incredible scholarship only to find you won't be rewarded for it because you haven't actually answered the question. So remember to link everything back to the question, certainly in the conclusion, but preferably throughout your essay response as well. So that brings us to the end of the lesson. And what have we looked at in the context of it? Well, we've considered different ways of introducing your essays. Do you want to tell a story? Do you want to be very, very formally academic and outline the problems and the structure of your argument in the very beginning of your essay? We've also looked at the things you've got to do, highlighting how important it is for you to read widely and allow yourself to flourish within the scholarship of the subject that you've chosen to do. So this question, for example, spirituality. Show that you've read widely on it and then place yourself within that reading so that the examiner knows what you're saying and you know what you're saying, and you can show how you're really taking the subject and running with it. We've also looked at a potential way of just structuring your paragraph. So we looked at P. Obviously, there are different ways of doing it. So do what you find most comfortable for yourself, but P can be quite a helpful structure for you to follow. And then finally, we went through each of the keywords that I picked out. Certainly, you might have a different keyword. You might want to focus on the word am. Be an interesting and original essay, I'm sure. Probably quite a difficult one to write. But yeah, we looked at some keywords and then we reminded ourselves at the very end that you've got to answer the question. So it sounds like an obvious thing to do, but there's so many interesting fields of inquiry here. So just remember that once you've got going on your essay, make sure you link it back to what the question title is. Make sure you do that successfully.